Hey y'all, it's Sarah with Planner Junkies, and I am here today to do my weekly plan with me. We've got Wednesday, April 9th and April 10th. Today is Wednesday. I am a little more on the ball this week. I don't know what happened last week, or the last 2 weeks, but I am, I don't know, feeling a little more on the ball. So we are going to use some of the Ali Deco stickers. These are the ones that are pre-cut because they go a little faster when I do this. Although I did get a new set. Did I use those? I did get a new set. I used them for yesterday and the day before. Super cute. But I do like the little pandas because I think they're very cute too. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I have these Ali Deco page, my gratitude page, the Tombow 451, a blue grid washi tape, a little ruler, and my Uniball gel pen. So this goes pretty fast actually when you pre-cut the stickers. So either you can get lucky and find some that are pre-cut. These washi tape stickers I love for in here because they are super thin and they don't bulk up my planner as fast. So you can see I've been using these. We're in 4 months here that I've been using these, and it's not very bulked up yet. So I'm going to be able to use them the whole entire year and not really bulk up my planner. I did want to mention, if you are new to Hobonichi, my planner I started in January, but Hobonichi does have an April start. So you're just a couple of days late on that one, but you could totally do the April start, and you might even be able to find a January start that's a little bit cheaper. And then you could have some pages, like sometimes there's just notes or things, you want to keep track of, and you can use the pages in the beginning that you've kind of missed just as like tracking sheets or something. And then what I would do if I was using that as tracking sheets, I would use the month at a glance and just kind of write down what I put on those pages so I could remember what they were and find them. And you can do that. You can do that in either one. You can do that in the April start, or you can do that in the January start. I just last year I used the April start, which and then I switched over to the January start this year. So I probably wasted quite a few pages by doing that, but I also practiced a little bit, like when I was trying to plan, if I need to plan out a different layout for a page, or when I was trying to figure out how to do this layout the way I wanted it to be. Oh, that was crazy, Sarah. These don't come off real well. Oh, that's gonna work today. Then I use the other planners just as kind of practice pages. So look at that. You were super nice and you came off well. It's hard to see over the camera here and get it straight. Yeah, that's not straight at all. I was a teacher. My favorite was teaching first grade. I was a teacher. I put it down the exact same way. Okay, that's just the way it wants to be. I was a teacher for students with hearing impairment for 7 years, and then I switched to being a classroom teacher. And then I was a coach where I helped other teachers. But when I was a classroom teacher, I hung everything crooked. That one's crooked too. I hung everything crooked because I just could not get them straight. Getting something straight was just not going to happen for me. So I hung everything crooked. Oh, look. It's getting to be a little bit... I might save that for next week before Easter. I hung everything crooked because I cannot get things straight. It just doesn't... It's just not possible for me. And so, yeah, that made me feel a little bit better by hanging things crooked. I feel like these are kind of small today. These are really small. There's a lot of little small ones, and I don't have, like that one's not cut. big ones to kind of go here and here. I've got some, I don't know what these are. So one way, some of these are in Chinese. And so what I will do sometimes is I will take a picture, and then you can copy that and put it into a translation app and find out what it says. That is, I found to be the easiest way to figure out what it is you were putting in here. Right? You find those people that get the tattoos and it turns out that they've said some like horrible word or something. But yeah. So if you want to make sure what you've put in here is something that you would want to put in there, then I would suggest taking a picture of it, copying it, putting it into a translation, Google Translate, and then you will find out what you have said in your planner. Okay, so I typically make a gratitude section here, and then I do 3 boxes on the sides here. So I think I'm done. These are kind of small today, so I think I'm just going to be done. Then I use the Tombow, which I typically use blue, pink, or purple. Occasionally, I will use the yellow. Yellow comes out very dark, though, and looks kind of orangish. So I do not use that very often. The trick to using Tombows in a Hobonichi planner is to make sure that you don't cross over where you've already put the color down. So as you can see, you can see through, but it's not going to bleed through. So I can see through where I put the color down, but it didn't bleed through. But if I cross over the colors, then it is more likely to bleed through. So I really try to not cross over colors. Okay, so first thing I do is outline, then I draw my gratitude section, which is typically just the hourly section here. Like if you were using this as your hourly kind of day planner, that is where I put the gratitude section. And then I draw a couple of lines here to make 3 sections for journaling. This has a giant thing in it, so let's go down a little bit here. Okay, and then so I've got my 3 sections, and then I do the lines for when I write. And those lines, I start on the edges. I go 1 box down, 1 box over, 1 box over. And then skip lines here. I've been making these pretty big. I've had to really kind of think about what I'm grateful for each day, right? Because I'm trying to fill up the entire box. Like I've gotten pretty good also at like writing enough that it takes up each box. But when I make them, so long, I had to come up with 6 things the last couple of days. That's not a bad problem, right? To really focus and try to be grateful in this day and age. But it can mean that you got to really kind of sit and think. Okay, so my vertical, this one has 2 boxes. And then like if I did that one, I would be on top of the outline box. So I'm not going to do that. And then the top and the bottom box, I do diagonal lines here. It's on my finger. Dog's got mud in, probably. Diagonal lines just to kind of break that up a little bit. Okay, and then this side, sorry, I'm gotta tilt my paper like I'm in 4th grade and learning cursive here. It's kind of early. My voice is a little off. I haven't really, talked much today. Oh, see, and I couldn't see that, so I made a big boo-boo there. We're just going to ignore it, though. And then these are vertical lines. It is a little hard to see, which is on the pages that you have written on the back of, right? Like it's a little harder to see where you want to put the lines. Occasionally I'll use my pencil board. There's still writing on this page though, but the pencil board doesn't make it, see how it's made it a little bit easier to see. Okay. So that goes pretty fast. Pencil board, super helpful. I just have Coffee Monster Co. has a free calendar in her Facebook group. So I just printed that out and put that on there so that I can see the year at a glance. Next step, I think I'll just go ahead and put the washi down at the bottom. If anything bulks it up, so bulking up can happen from putting stickers in the exact same spot, which I always put something at the bottom. So that could, if anything, it could bulk up. It's a little bulkier at the bottom, right, than it is in the middle. I always put a sticker here, so it's just a little bit bulkier there. So varying your stickers, which I don't really do, varying your stickers can also help you avoid some bulk up in your Hobonichi. Okay, next step, and kind of the last step, we're going pretty fast today, 11 minutes, is to outline everything that you've put color on. So we're going to outline the boxes here. Let's see what's going on. I've got physical therapy today, which is kind of why I am trying to get this done early. I'm not sure. Physical therapy definitely helped, right? Like I definitely have more mobility in my feet, but now they just hurt. Like they just hurt all the time. The whole foot hurts all the time, which I don't think was the point. Because I just had surgery on the big toe section and now the whole foot hurts. So I'm really struggling with the whole foot surgery thing. It has been, today's the 9th. It has been 3 months since the first surgery today. And yeah, I'm still struggling, which she was like, oh, it's 2 weeks. Not a big deal. Okay, lady. Maybe not to you, but it is to me. It has turned into quite the big deal. I'm still dealing with it. I, still don't walk correctly and all those fun things. It still hurts to touch those joints. Getting old sucks. I do not recommend it. Do not do it if you don't have to. Of course, the alternative is death. So maybe don't do that either. My foot surgery is it could be from, I did a lot of marathon training there for a few years. I walked a marathon, and then I tried to run the marathon and I got hurt. My IT band got hurt and I never really kind of recovered from that. So that was the end of my running career. But yeah, it's arthritis, which is hereditary. It is hereditary arthritis also. I didn't have a chance with the arthritis. But I don't know if there's anything I could have done, right? Like not abused my feet so badly by running. What could I have done? I don't know. Did I get all the vertical lines? So I try to get all the vertical lines and then do the horizontal lines, right? Like just, oops, move the light. Just move, if I've touched that light, it will turn off. I move my planner around so that I'm constantly pulling the pin towards me. I find that's the easiest way to make the lines for me. Do what works for you. I also don't really care if I hit exactly, if the blue line hits exactly, like I'm not super worried about that. I am just looking kind of overall in general. And then the look that I'm going for is kind of one continuous line that the outline is one continuous line, right? Like if you were Pac-Man, you would not hit, you would be able to go all the way around. You might hit a sticker, but you would be able to go all the way around. That is what I'm going for. Did that just age me, the whole Pac-Man thing? I never played video games. Like the babysitter, I pretty much lived at the babysitter's house, and they did get an Atari when we were little, probably, what were we, 10? I don't know. I have no idea. That wasn't, so we played a little bit, right? We, like, Pac-Man and, there was a space one, or ping pong, I don't know. Yar's Revenge, that was it. Wow, that was digging deep into my memory. So deep it made me mess up my line there. But I'm not a big video game. My kids are into video games, all three of them. Even my little girl. But yeah, video games just aren't my thing. Never were. Never played much. I like TV. I was never even into music, like, as a teenager. I mean, obviously I listened to music, and I had a big boom box that my mom went on a business trip for my 10th birthday. She was gone. She was on a business trip to Japan, and she brought me back a boom box from Japan. So I had this boom box that I would record songs off the radio. But that was pretty much the extent of my music. I liked TV shows. I watched 30-something, and I watched Falcon Crest and Dallas and 90210. I watched all things on TV, and TV is still kind of my thing. I still, I don't know. I'm a visual person, which I think is why I like this so much. I've been trying to learn to sew. And I have discovered that I really cannot follow, like, written directions. I really have to watch a video. And I had to, it took me quite a while to figure out this style, which is why I kind of stick with it. But yeah, I've just always been into TV when everybody was listening to Duran Duran and had Duran Duran posters on their wall. I did have a Michael Jackson poster on my wall. But yeah, TV was my thing. Let me know in the comments, did you listen to TV, or did you watch TV or listen to music as a teen more? Which did you do more? Please let me know. I'm not alone. Okay, so on these diagonal line sections, I skip 2 lines, and I do line, dot, dot, line, line, dot, dot, line. I try to not match up the dots. Like, I want them to be kind of a little bit staggered, just for aesthetics, so it's not exactly the same. This line is a little off. Okay, so line, dot, dot, line, dot, dot, line. I think it's cute. This one I might go 2 lines, just because it goes all the way over here, and it's going to be difficult to write. So I'm going to go down, 3 lines. I can't count today. I'm getting this done early. It doesn't mean I'm going to be, like, my brain is awake, just because I am. Yes, so line. I try to just make sure that I have writing room. And that's the biggest deal, right? Because writing is the focus here. If I don't have a ton of time, I don't do the dot, dot, dash, dash here. I will just do a straight line. Sometimes on these straight lines over here that go this way, I might do a dash line underneath it. Just depends on kind of the mood I'm in. I've pretty much been stuck with this style for like 3 or 4 months. So I really enjoy this style, and I use it every day. I've missed one day this year. It looks a little weird, but it makes writing a little bit easier. I missed, yeah, so if you look through, like, I am writing every day. I missed one day last week. And I ended up, so if I miss, like, honestly, I missed this day, and I probably missed this day, and so it got to be this day, and I didn't do lines. Look at that. Okay, so see the difference between having lines and not having lines? I was trying to catch up, obviously. I didn't even do the lines to write on. And you can see that it looks really different. I really like having the lines, but I got so behind. So I was like, I'm not even going to do the lines. I'm going to do 2 days. And then I couldn't even remember. So I got 3 days behind there probably. But other than that, I do the same. There's the yellow that I was talking about. It's pretty, but it's a little more orangey. I need to do a flip through of the whole month of March. Do a little YouTube short of that. Okay. Almost done here. Sorry, got distracted. Looking at, and that, I love to look at the past pages and see what I did. This is definitely, it's not for everybody. I get that. Not everybody likes to, has time to, has the desire to do this, but I absolutely love it, and I think it's super cute. So I will continue to do it, and if I would love to have you join me and continue to do it too, or whatever you're doing in your Hobonichi. That's the thing about the Hobonichi. It is super flexible. There is a different style. Now, okay, so here I go. There's kind of a knockoff called a Kinbor, but I couldn't figure out where to buy that. I couldn't find it. I've seen it in some videos online. I think it might be. So Hobonichi, the company, did something and said something negative about Japanese culture and about Chinese culture. It's a Japanese company. They said something and the Chinese took offense to it. So if you look on Red Note, which is where I kind of discovered this style of journaling, if you look on the app Red Note, a lot of the Chinese journalists, or not journalists, but the journaling, like this style, is in a Kinbor and not in a Hobonichi. And if you post to like Hobonichi, they will say like, hey, no, we don't talk about Hobonichi. We don't do Hobonichi here. So they said something negative that really ticked off a lot of the Chinese people. So you will see a Kinbor, or the kind of the knockoffs, different styles, but I haven't been able to really find those. I think I found them on, did I find it on Temu? But I didn't ever order that. Okay, so we're good to go. Get my gratitude stickers. These word stickers are in my Etsy shop, Planner Junkie shop. But other than that, I will be ready to journal, and we're at 23 minutes today. I'm getting faster at this, especially with the stickers pre-cut. If I do a video, I do tend to pre-cut the stickers anyway, but yeah, I've got plenty of journaling room with only using kind of 4 stickers. I did kind of, when I was first doing it, I was using a few more stickers. I guess not. This sticker was gigantic, right? I used a few more stickers and didn't maybe have as much room to journal. And I was also doing double lines here. So look, I've got all these stickers and double lines. So I didn't really have as much room to journal as you see as I do now. See how there's just like, that's like one sentence. So the way I'm doing it now gives me a lot more room to journal. While this is one of my favorite pages, actually, I think it's super cute. I love this page. I do love having all of the stickers, and the corgis were my absolute favorite kit. I don't even remember what number that kit is. But the corgis were my favorite kit. Look how cute these are. But yeah, I was using a lot more stickers than I do now. So I usually just use one big one and multiple little ones. And then there's plenty of room to journal each day. But you do you, boo. If you want to just do stickers, go for it. Okay, I would love to hear from you. And I will be back with, what are we going to do? Oh, next week's Plan With Me. I did post... Did I post this? I did post this yesterday, the Plan With Me for this week, on the weekly Hobonichi Cousin and Hobonichi Weeks. I've got some Easter stickers that I'm going to do this week. Although we have a fencing tournament in Houston, so we'll be gone for that. We're going to, I don't know. My kids are a little old, and I have one kid that has ADHD, so her superpower is finding things that are different in the environment, and she can kill an Easter egg hunt, and the other ones get upset. So, yeah, so I think we're going to do our Easter egg hunt Saturday morning, because then I have to leave at noon for a fencing tournament in Houston. But I am going to go Easter bunnies next week. I don't know if I have any Easter bunny stickers for this. We'll have to look around. And I might try to do a flip through of a short that's a flip through of every page in... There we go. Every page in March, because I think that's fun to look at. All right. Have a great week.